Diddy just got denied bail for the second time. We're talking about one of the craziest legal battles in hip hop history. This right here is shocking, and I guarantee y'all won't believe what's going down. Now, we all know Diddy's been a legend in the game for decades, but lately, things have taken a dark turn. So Diddy's been trying to get out on bail since his arrest on some serious charges. I mean, we're talking about racketeering and trafficking. That's no small thing. And the craziest part, he's been denied bail not once, but twice now. Yeah, y'all heard me right. Twice. The first time, nope. And then he tried again, and boom, denied again. Let's break it down because there's a lot to unpack here. First off, Diddy and his team went back to court on Wednesday, September 18th to ask for bail again. His attorneys were hoping to get him out while he preps for trial. But Judge Andrew L. Carter Jr. was like, nah, I don't think so. Judge Carter Jr. said, the government has proven the defendant is a danger. The bail package is insufficient, even on risk of flight. Man, that's serious. The judge is basically like, Diddy's a risk to the public, and he might not even stick around even if he gets out. Honestly, you can't argue with the facts. The government's lawyer, Emily Johnson, brought the heat to court. She said Diddy had been trying to reach out to victims, and not just a casual, hey, how are you type of deal. Nah, she's talking about Diddy trying to convince them that their encounters were consensual. Can y'all see how messed up that is? Johnson wasn't playing around, saying Diddy's bail package didn't do enough to prevent him from trying to mess with witnesses. But Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, was like, hold up, we got this under control. He tried to argue that they'd have private investigators monitoring Diddy's house, and that Diddy's been to rehab to deal with his anger issues and drug abuse. Mark's like, my guy is clean now. But guess what? It wasn't enough to convince the judge. Now here's where things get even crazier. Diddy's team actually came back with a modified bail package, offering up to $50 million. Yep, y'all heard that right. 50 mil. But even with that big number, the judge still wasn't feeling it. So they tried adding some new conditions like restricting all the visitors to just the family, caretakers, and people not involved in the alleged crimes. And they offered to ban female visitors from Diddy's house, except for family or mothers of his kids. Plus, Diddy's team said he'd take weekly drug tests. Sounds like a lot, right? But nah, the judge was still like, nah, that's not good enough. And I gotta tell y'all, it seems like Judge Tarnowski, who denied the first bail request, wasn't really buying what Diddy's lawyers were selling. She said, I don't know that I think you can trust yourself. And I don't believe that counsel has the ability to control you. Then she mentioned his substance abuse issues and what she described as anger issues. But check this out, y'all. It wasn't just the drug and anger stuff that got him in trouble. Apparently, when they arrested Diddy, they found a bunch of drugs in his hotel room, including a pink powder that tested positive for ecstasy. This whole situation is just spiraling out of control. And just when you think it can't get any worse for Diddy, it does. So Diddy's locked up in the MDC Brooklyn right now. For those who don't know, MDC is notorious. People say it's like H on Earth, and I believe it. I mean, we're talking about a place where R. Kelly and Fetty Wap have been locked up before. The conditions are horrific. Diddy's lawyers even brought up that an inmate got taken out there this summer, and 4 inmates have taken themselves out in the past 3 years. It's that bad. His legal team was arguing about how nasty the food is, the physical conditions, and how the jail's infested with drugs and full of violence. But none of that swayed the judge. They even said that Diddy's been put in the special housing unit, aka the SHU, because of his celebrity status and the nature of his alleged crimes. But let me tell y'all, the SHU doesn't make things any easier. Diddy's allowed just 3 showers a week, and he gets 1 hour of rec time per day. On top of that, his meals? Yeah, he has to eat them alone. That's gotta be rough for somebody who used to be living the high life for decades. Family and friends can visit, but it's complicated. Because he's in the SHU, it takes longer to get to him. The visits aren't as long as they'd probably like. Man, life flipped quick for Diddy. Now y'all remember that whole Kid Cudi situation, right? If not, let me refresh your memory. There's an accusation that Diddy was involved in an armed kidnapping and had a plot to blow up Kid Cudi's car. Like what? How does that even get to that point? It's honestly mind-blowing, but these are the kind of things that keep getting thrown out there in court. As if all of this wasn't bad enough, let's talk about the text messages that came up in his recent hearing. These texts are crazy, and I can't believe they're out here in the public now. So back in 2016, Diddy was with Cassie, and things got real ugly. During this bail hearing, Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson read out some of the texts Diddy sent to Cassie after a brutal assault that took place in their hotel. This assault was caught on tape, and man, the details are disturbing. Diddy hit her, y'all. And after that, he texted her saying, "Call me, the cops are here. I got 6 kids. Yo, please call. I am surrounded. You gonna abandon me all alone?" Let me repeat that for y'all. This dude really just said, "You gonna abandon me all alone." Diddy wasn't thinking about them kids or being alone when he was out here laying hands on people and allegedly destroying cars. He was clearly freaked out, knowing he had done something wrong that could get the cops involved. So then Cassie texted him back, and she said, "When you get effed up, you knock me around. I'm not a rag doll. I'm someone's child." Y'all, those words hit hard. Imagine being in Cassie's shoes, getting hit, and having to send that kind of message. It's honestly heartbreaking. In Diddy's response, he kept trying to manipulate the situation, sending text after text to guilt trip her. He was begging her to cover for him with the cops. Diddy said, "Please call me, baby. I need you." But the damage was already done. This isn't even the first time Diddy's had drama like this come up. Over the years, there's been a pattern of allegations against him, from violence to manipulation. And now with these new charges, it's like all those skeletons are finally tumbling out of the closet. So let's take a step back and look at where we're at now. Diddy's in jail, no bail, facing some of the most serious charges of his life. The man who once stood at the top of the music game, shaping hip-hop and building an empire, is now fighting for his freedom. It's wild how fast things can flip in this industry. But here's the thing, y'all. This isn't just about Diddy anymore. It's bigger than that. His fall from grace is sending shockwaves through the entire music industry. People are starting to question everything. The lifestyle, the power dynamics, and the dark side of the industry that's been swept under the rug for too long. Everybody's scared now. You gotta wonder, how many other stories are out there? How many other victims like Cassie are sitting quietly, afraid to speak up? And what does it say about the industry that these kind of allegations keep coming up against powerful people like Diddy? Now I know what some of y'all might be thinking. Is it really that bad? Or are we just jumping into conclusions? But nah, the facts are laid out, and they're pretty evident. Diddy's legal battles aren't going away anytime soon. And the courts are making it clear that they don't trust him out here on these streets. So what do y'all think? Should Diddy have been granted bail? Or do you agree with the judge that he's too much of a risk? And don't get it twisted, this is far from over. Diddy's got a long road ahead of him, and I'll be here to break it all down for y'all as it unfolds. Personally, I think Diddy belongs in jail and doesn't deserve any bail at all. If it was somebody else, I'd say yeah, give them bail. But for Diddy, it's a totally different story. We've heard the horror stories about Diddy for years. And just like Russell Simmons, I don't trust Diddy will stay put. I think he will find the way to leave the country and torment his victims with threats. So again, I say no bail for Diddy, and I think he should be locked up. That's just my opinion though. I could be wrong. Food for thought. Peace.